But in everyone, you can find the hint of a talent, the flicker of an interest. And we need to identify that and then start to promote it. And as you promote that, as someone who, gee, you mean I can do this? You mean I might be good at this? I mean, this cooking interest I have, I could actually work in a restaurant?
But what benefit does that have?
Well, because as you get better at something, as you gain what I call mastery, self-esteem builds, confidence builds, and furthermore, motivation builds. A lot of these, we tend to want to do more of what we're getting better at. Cuts both ways.
But that helps with everyone. How does that help someone with ADD?
Oh, it helps absolutely with everyone. It's just that people with ADD tend not to be doing it because they tend to be frustrating. They tend to be underachieving. But yes, indeed, this is a plan for everybody. The 5 steps I outline in the book, are that connect, play, practice, mastery, recognition, and there's a whole chapter about that. That is a way of developing everyone's talents. Yes, indeed, and that's why I recommend it to everybody, managers in business, parents, teachers in school, coaches. If you want to bring out the best in someone, that's what you need to do. It's just that it's particularly relevant to the ADD population because notoriously they have not had the best brought out in them.
Right.
They've had the worst brought out in them.
You also write not just about the do's to help people with ADDs, but the don't. We've talked already about how exercise can be very, very helpful. But conversely, one of the worst things you say you can do, especially to a child, is give them a detention that takes away their play.
Yes.
What happens then?
Yeah. When you give a detention period to a child, it's like, what's an analogy? It's like giving a diabetic a candy bar. You're doing precisely the worst thing. What these kids need to do is not sit still. What they need to do is go out and run around.
Give them an errand as a task.
Absolutely. If you want to have a penalty, have them run laps or
right.
go pick up the school grounds. But have physical exercise on a daily basis. These kids and grown-ups really need physical exercise, and when they get it, they tend to be focused. They tend to be calmer. When they don't get it, it's paradoxical. They tend to spill over. They tend to get very antsy and agitated. And the more you tell them to sit still, the more impossible it is for them to do it.
Shut off the TV and no video games for the day. Why?
Because, and I'm not saying don't give them any TV and video, but limit it because there's something about the interaction with TV and video, and we don't understand exactly what it is, that is unsettling. It leads the mind to states of instability, as well as low creativity. So these kids tend to get antsy, distracted, and not terribly interesting the more TV and video they consume. It's essentially intellectually empty. It's stimulating.
Yeah, because that's what you would think. at first. You've got hand-eye coordination going on.
Yeah, big deal.
Visuals.
Big deal. Hand-eye coordination. It is stimulating, but it is intellectually empty. Yeah, I mean, there's no ideas in it.
Diet, things like omega-3 fatty acids, very good.
Yeah, really important. And we've always known that food mattered, but we haven't known exactly what to prescribe. Right. And I have a chapter on what to. Some of it is obvious, like eat a balanced diet, try to stay away from additives. There's good evidence that junk food is bad for you in general, and particularly bad for ADD. And then a specific intervention. Eat a diet rich in antioxidants, as well as take omega-3 fatty acid as a supplement. And the supplement I suggest is fish oil, because it's very rich in.
So sardines, salmon.
Well, you have to eat an awful lot of sardines and salmon. I think you ought to get a bottle of fish oil.
A supplement.
Yeah, just like Grandma used to give us castor oil. She was on the right track. Now get, but make sure it's high-grade fish oil, because if you don't get the top of the line, you might get contaminants like mercury and other heavy. Yeah.
What advice do you give to someone who has either a spouse or a child with ADD? What's the principal advice that you'd offer?
Learn about it. Learn about it, because as you learn about it, you'll learn how to manage it. Don't despair. Don't think of this as a curse.
Or a prison sentence or something.
At all. Think of it as a gift, but it's a gift that's difficult to unwrap. And what my book tries to do is help you unwrap it so the gift can emerge. Because it looks at first like a curse. It looks at first like, oh my gosh, this person just can't get their act together. This kid can't put his clothes on in the morning, can't get his homework organized, can't sit still at the table, can't go to a party without causing a problem. Can't go on vacation without being so disruptive. And this adult is just a chronic loser. This adult just loses jobs and breaks up in relationships and drinks too much and gets into arguments, and what a waste of potential. He's got so much going for him and he never will make any use of it. So, okay, it looks like a curse, but I promise you, embedded in that, there is a gift. And if you learn how to take care of the downside, if you learn how to get focused, if you learn how to get organized, and in the case of adults, if you find ways of delegating and compensating and capitalizing on your strengths, the gift can be unwrapped. And, right. and that is the whole point of my writing this book.
I've got a magic wand here. I can get rid of your ADD. Do you want me to use it or not?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't.
Honest.
As God is my witness, I would not trade it for the world, nor would I trade it in my children.
Edward Hallowell, I want to thank you very much for joining me. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.